The other game Saturday features the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field welcoming the San Francisco 49ers. Temperatures expected to be in the single digits by game time there, and we'll quickly see what kind of effect that will have on Niners quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo in his injured hand and shoulder. The six-seeded visitors with the longest odds to overcome against the reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers in the pack, who come in as 5.5-point favorites. This NFC Divisional round opener is the 8th meeting in the postseason between the Packers and the Niners, and with the series tied at 4 wins apiece, this is the rubber man Scott Pioli, our 3-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time NFL Executive of the Year, here to discuss it with us. The Niners had an upset victory last weekend down in Dallas. Today, in Green Bay as underdogs again. What do they need to do to upset the Pack?
Jeremy, 3 things need to happen. They have to be able to run the ball. Jimmy Garoppolo can't lose the game. And truthfully, even though Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are there, they need to play like they're healthy. Going back to the first point about the running game, to me, the running game is going to be key because they have to keep the ball in their control and keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. We've said time and time again, sometimes your best defense is your offense controlling the ball. And the key to that running game, I really believe, is going to be Deebo Samuel. And the way that they use him in the running game with motion and getting him in a different position, it's very similar to what the Atlanta Falcons do with Cordarrelle Patterson. So to me, what they need to do is get the ball in his hands and run the ball very well. Again, I mentioned also Jimmy Garoppolo can't make mistakes and can't do things to lose the game. Last week, he put them in a position to potentially have the game tied and lose. Everyone talks about that big play that happened where Dak Prescott didn't slide early enough and they didn't get the playoff. But to me, the bigger issue was the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo threw that interception, put them in a position to potentially lose the game. And going back to Bosa and Warner, they are the keys to their defense. The person that can put the most pressure on Aaron Rodgers is Nick Bosa. So I know that they are playing today. They're listed as healthy or relatively healthy. They have to play like they're healthy.
The Packers started this season with a lot of off-field distractions, a lot of it due to the reigning MVP and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, but they ended up the number 1 seed in the NFC. How were they able to get there, and what will be important for them tonight versus the 49ers?
Jeremy, we know that the fact was that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams had a terrific season. They made this team go. But behind the scenes, what we saw was the impact of thunder and lightning in terms of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Those two backs did a tremendous job. In fact, this season, they were ranked 4th in terms of a duo for the most yardage from scrimmage this season. And it wasn't just the amount of yardage. Yes, they combined for over 2,300 yards in the passing game and the running game, but it was the timing and the impact of the plays when they got the ball. Some of the receptions that they had were key receptions and were able to spread out the rest of the defense. So the threat of those two running backs and what they can do really has helped open the game for Aaron Rodgers and for the receivers. So to me, those are the 2 players that are key right now.
Is there a matchup in this game that you're particularly interested in?
Yeah, to me, it's Deebo Samuel against the Packers defense. I mentioned Deebo a little earlier. They do so many different things with him. They put him in motion. They use him as a running back. They use him, again, for short passes, for deep passes. He is a complete mismatch because in the NFL, what happens, and again, as I mentioned, this is similar to Cordarrelle Patterson, where when defenses see those players on the field, they are reacting to the personnel grouping. And if you treat either one of those players, but particularly today in this game, Deebo Samuel as a wide receiver, he may line up as a running back. He may be in the backfield. He may be used in motion where he's in alignment to be a running back. So to me, it's going to be how the defense reacts to Deebo Samuel and how he plays against him. He is the key player tonight, I think.
5-time NFL Executive of the Year, Scott Pioli, kind enough to join us here on HQ to discuss the divisional round games kicking off Saturday. Thanks, Scott. Enjoy the action. And the coldest games at Lambeau. When we talk about the temperature that is going to be tonight, they're expecting single digits by the time they kick off. Light wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be cold. And when you look at the results, I mean, it's been mixed results for Green Bay when the temperature has dipped. And if you look at the form, win-loss, Well, I mean, they're favorites today against the 49ers, and they'll be looking to do it again, sitting 5.5-point favorites as Frisco comes to town.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.